You see how my son was cheesing his picture with his girlfriend? Jason was cheesing his girlfriend.
Yeah, I seen that.
You see how he cheated us? He was kind of like
I
regular with us.
seen him smile.
That's what I said. I said, well, dang.
This is the first time I seen that smile.
Because look, he just did just regular.
There you go, bam. Now, who's that?
Regular. That's his girlfriend. That's Bill
Oh,
Murray.
okay.
That's regular. But when it came to that one,
Yeah. You see the back of his throat?
not 10. Oh, that dress is beautiful. Look at your baby. Look at your baby. I said, look at your baby.
I know.
Did you almost, you got your
Put
shotgun?
them leggings back on.
You have a shotgun ready? You have a shotgun ready? Oh, she looks so pretty.
I can shoot good. I don't need to spread them bullets around. I can shoot good.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
She had to show off a tattoo.
That's right.
I wanted to get it at 18.
What can you do? That's when I got my first one. That's when I got my first one. That's so cute. My first one when I was 18 too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was like, "What is that on your stomach?"
Taking all those serious pictures for everybody else. And I haven't took pictures of all these goofy pictures. That's a nice one too.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty. That dress is beautiful.
And I get this one.
They all got to do that at least once. That dress is beautiful. That set y'all back a little bit, huh?
I'm
I know it did.
She paid $200. The rest of it came out of our pocket. Like that. Because she told me, I said, how much that dress cost? That's her boyfriend. He go to Mac. He go to Brad. He didn't want to go to his. The only reason he came that one because Janae told me he'd be better. Him and Janae and his mama. His mother worked here. Well, she worked at the high school. She said, you going? She said, you're going to have other prom by herself. He said, them are boring. I don't want to go. She said, you a fool to let her go by herself.
Present.
Below is a little more of the primary information I received prior to their visit. The team came to Trinity on Wednesday, May 8th to train our science faculty and a few others. Those who receive training will be able to train other staff members on how to use the lab materials. Since Kennedy housed a science magnet, we are super excited to start using the lab materials. Chick-fil-A for the high school.
High school is proud of our special Olympics. A couple weeks ago, defeated and now have an opportunity to go down to states, which will take place June 7th, 8th, and 9th in Bloomington. Also, in addition to that, last Wednesday, our Lady K's won the third grade sectional championship, and they'll be competing on Friday at DI Eastern Illinois First Aid. We're excited about both of those opportunities for our students.
Junior high school.
Good evening, everyone. Kankakee Junior High School Fine Arts on Saturday, April 27th, the orchestra was as the IESA and secured a superior rating from the state IESA organization, and the band also performed at the IES band contest, and they received the highest rating from all three judges. So very proud of that. And I will say, our orchestra, we can't brag enough. We started with a student this year, and Mr. Menzies has grown that program. This is doing fabulous things. So we're going to have them join us at the promotion ceremony. You'll hear some of our talents. And then the junior high school track and field, we competed in the IESA sectional track meet this past Saturday, and we are proud to announce that we have 16 IESA state qualifiers who will be competing in the 4A state meet in East Georgia Friday and Saturday.
Good evening, Dr. Walters, board members, staff, and community. As our 23-24 school year comes to a close, we wanted to take this opportunity to update you on our partnership with TNTV and our work to improve strong instruction for our students. This year, the focus of our work was on improving opportunities for all students to have access to grades and appropriate assignments, deep engagement, strong instruction, and high expectations. This work focused on building systems for instructional leaders with accountability, with coaching, and with support. So in order to improve student academic success, we need 4 key resources: grade appropriate assignments, strong instruction, high expectations, and deep engagement. We began with high quality instructional materials, and thank you for your support in purchasing those for our students. And we focused on making sure that our students had access to those assignments. So as you can recall, we began in the spring of 2019 with only 29% of the time our students having access to grade appropriate assignments. Through the hard work of our teachers and staff, we increased that to 78% in the spring of 2022. Last year's work focused on continuing and monitoring and reviewing 658 assignments and improving our students' access, as well as focusing on grade appropriate instruction with our teachers through Good to Great. All 7 to 12 grade teachers in ELA and math received professional learning through TNTV and assisting in planning. Also, our administrators had training of the protocols, and we focused on systems for learning.
This year, into the 23-24 school year, we continued our focus on strong instruction.
training student came in the junior high. And we had 6 rounds of site visits at all schools in the district this year, the 6 villages that she We're currently working in partnership with TTP on our Exemplar Teacher video series, which will be filmed. It was from last week and this week, and then again, we will be editing those over the summertime so we're ready for student engagement days for teacher training in the fall. We'll have continued summer strategic planning sessions. Those of us in the district level have worked in advisory meetings and coaching with TTP as well. And then we had in the school cycles, leadership coaching cycles have gone hand in hand with those site visits as well as virtual coaching sessions. So this gives you an overview of our data from TTP through our FIT site visit. Last week was not included in that data. And you can see each school is broken down along with their baseline of where they started at our first site visit at the beginning of the year. Current was where they were at as of the 5th site visit in April. And then what is their growth between baseline and that site visit. So overall, as a district, we've had growth this year in our schools. Some of them have had quite significant growth, as you can see on the chart. Okay, so this chart also shows us district-wide, and you can see by looking at the line graph there, the steady growth we have had as a district from baseline until our 5th site visit. Finally, we are proposing that we continue our partnership with TNTP as a district, as continuing in our work as a district learning partner, that we expand next year our Exemplar video series to more teachers in different types of classrooms. We have talked with TNTP about the possibility of working with them on creating mentor-teacher classrooms, continuing our leadership coaching, and then continuing with site visits to expand and include more teacher observers, as we want our teachers to understand that this protocol is really a district protocol that we have in place, not just a protocol that we have adopted by TTP, but one to help them support peer observations so that they really have ownership of their own instruction.
I do want to make a comment. So I know that there's been some discussion about what we're doing around what we're doing with the teacher retention program, and the Exemplar videos are actually paid for out of the teacher retention program. And so we want to please talk a little bit about that.
So the Exemplar video series is teachers who apply to be a part of that. They were chosen so that we could have our presentation of a variety of teachers with different grade bands. And then those teachers have been in sessions where they do a workshop with TNTP on 6 different areas that reflect the Danielson model, so that we are also using that as a part of the series. Those are recorded, so they'll be available to be utilized by teachers and administrators in the future to be able to go back and see how that can be, those strategies can be impacted into the classroom. Then the teachers use those strategies in their classroom, and there are a group of us that come along with case media to go and actually record them live in the classroom while they're using the different strategies along with TNTP support. We will then take those and edit them and make them into little short films that will be able to be utilized. We're going to have a series on engagement days in the fall, at new teacher orientation days, where we will be working with those teachers who participated in the series to help coach new teachers and or instructors who might need support. And they'll also have sort of like an exit slip when they watch the workshops to be able to make sure that they understood and are able to apply those. So we would like to expand that series. Next year we started with 5 teachers this year, but we would also like to get some of our specialist teachers to like beyond classrooms and special ed, so that eventually we have videos that are reflective of all different types of teaching and classrooms.
Can we get a copy of those? Thanks.
So just to clarify, in the absence of the administrator and the finance department, we have divided the responsibilities among 3 administrators in terms of the strategy and the oversight that comes from me, in terms of signing off on invoices and payroll, anything that's related to payroll, Ms. Thompson and staff, and she also meets with the business office and HR department together. And in terms of anything that's related to construction, or we're working with the architect, because we work on the community center, I've asked Mr. Wilcox to handle that. And so I have hired Medicine, if I say your name correctly, he's going to come forward and explain the information that's in your packet concerning the electric vehicle chargers. And Mr. Wilcox helped us facilitate that process. We knew that we wanted to have chargers at the high school because we do have some high school staff members that do have electric vehicles. But then after talking with him, we made the decision based on the cost that we could actually have a site on the east side, a west side, and in the center of the community.
Yes, so we started this process a while ago, exploring the high school for some EV chargers. And because the state of Illinois, the Illinois EPA grant, has a very, very good program right now, we decided to try to take advantage of that as much as we could and expand that to 2 other buildings, so King Middle School and here as well. And so with the Illinois EPA grant and then the ComEd Make Ready incentive, we should be able to install 10 EV chargers at each location for no dollars in the district, which would be fantastic for the students, staff, and faculty and community members to be able to utilize at any time.
Are these the universal? Will they be the universal chargers?
Correct. Yeah. So the plug that you're referring to is the standard North American plug, right? And so, which is different than the NACS, which is the Tesla plug. Okay? However, every Tesla driver has an adapter that converts their plug to anything else. I have a Tesla, and it's a $20 adapter. And so, anyone who has an electric vehicle for quite a long time, as our country will probably start to slowly convert to more of a standardized plug, everyone will have an adapter for quite a while. So it'll work for every electric vehicle on the road.
And these are fast chargers, for lack of a better term?
No, so these are what's called a level 2 charger. So the level 3 chargers are the DC fast chargers, like you would see like the Tesla supercharging network or the Electrify America chargers that you might see at Meyer. So those will charge your car in 20 to 30 minutes. Okay? These are level 2 chargers. And so the purpose of these is to kind of charge your vehicle kind of while you're at work or while you're at school. And so they'll be able to charge your vehicle in anywhere from an hour and a half to 4 hours, just depending upon kind of where your vehicle is from a battery level standpoint.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
A level 3 fast charger will charge your vehicle quite quickly, right? But these are level 2 chargers, and they will charge your vehicle anywhere from an hour and a half to 4 hours, depending on where your vehicle is when you pull in. So most EV drivers rarely fill their vehicle up to 100% because it shortens the battery life. So most EV drivers operate between 20% and 80%. Okay, so if you would come in at 20% and want to leave at 80%, that would probably take 2 to 3 hours for your vehicle to charge that amount.
What's the cost? Is there a cost?
So yes, these are public chargers. Okay, so this is a revenue stream for the district as well. So as the owners of the units, the district will decide what you charge for the charging. Okay, we will offer some advice based upon kind of the averages in the area, the averages in our country, but ultimately it's the decision of the district to decide what they want to charge for the charging. But it is definitely a revenue stream that, over the years will just passively generate revenue for the district.
So our recommendation when we met was it was 45 cents in general in the area. We want to be a little bit below that because we want people to come and charge their vehicles here. But for employees, it would be even lower.
Right, yeah, so kind of the standard average right now in the country is about 45 cents a kilowatt hour. And so we had talked about around 40 cents for the general public, and then a discounted rate for student, staff, faculty of the district, so they can have a benefit or a perk as it relates to the charging. And so all users will interface with the units through an app on their phone, and so anyone in the district who will receive the discounted charging will just do that, figure that out via email, and we'll have all those have VIP status, and so all those chargers will be accessible for a discounted rate for anybody in the district.
Now, are there any other questions? No? Thank you very much, Mr. Doucette. Okay, personnel?
Good evening, Board of Education, Dr. Walters. I'm just going to do a couple of things. Number one, I want to talk about summer school. We will be participating in summer school starting June 10th for students. We have over close to 400 students signed up for summer learning, and that does not include the high school nor the junior high, that's just K through 6. And we're working on enrollment for 7 through 12. We have also hired teachers for summer learning, and so we will be conducting summer learning from June 10th to, I think it's July 11th. Yes, July 11th. And so our summer school positions will be held for K through 2. We will be at Taft School. For grades 3 through 5, we'll be at King School. For grades 7, well, our current 6th graders will go to the junior high. For 6 and 6, who will be future 7th graders and future 8th graders. And then we have our current 8th graders going to the high school for freshman academy. And then also our 10 through 12 will be at the high school. So again, we're going to start doing some summer training and professional development with teachers for summer learning, but we are expecting and anticipating a large summer school program this summer. For your approval, tonight you have before you a recommendation for hire for the Assistant Superintendent of Business, and that is Mr. Neal. Mr. Neal, can you please stand? Harrison Neal was an Assistant Superintendent, is for the position of Assistant Superintendent of Business Services. Mr. Neal has over 20 years in education. He has been a teacher, assistant principal, assistant, and an assistant superintendent. Mr. Neal has a BS in Social Studies, a Master's in Educational Leadership, an EDS in Educational Leadership, and Mr. Neal comes to us from the Creek-Money School District. So for approval tonight, we would like to welcome and bring for your approval Mr. Lyle Neal for the Assistant Superintendent of Business Services. And I do have something different that is not HR, but I was asked to speak for this group, so I'm going to ask all the young people that are with us, can you please stand? So these young people wanted to give something to Dr. Walters, as this is their last meeting with her as superintendent, and also their last, oh sorry, I'm making her cry, sorry about that. And this is their last board meeting before the end of the school year, because we know June our students will be out. So they are here to recognize and appreciate And thank you, Dr. Walters, for not only being their superintendent, but also being their mom, being like a second mother to them, being an aunt, and all that you have done for them, and they want to appreciate and thank you for all that you have done for the students here at Kankakee School District 111. So we applaud you for your service, and I think we have a little time. Young people, you all want to come up, give her a hug, and then go back quickly? Please do so.
So I had asked Wilcox to announce that this young lady was among the 26 students in the entire state of Illinois that was IHSA all academic. So wait a minute, let me use mine. And he forgot to do it, and I'm sitting here thinking, man, we forgot to tell Kyra to come here so that we could recognize her. And so here she is, the first in the history of Kankakee School District 111, IHSA, all academic. And we've had other all-state basketball players, so he's not very important. Yes, so that's Lorenz Walter. Are you crying too? Yes, you are. All right, wait a minute. I'm gonna give you all a hug. Yeah.
So I thank you.
This one.
Thank you to our students. They did want to appreciate you, Dr. Walters, for all that you have meant to them, and will continue to mean to them because, again, they say that they know that you're going to help them even as they go off to college. And so while they're not vocal, it does not indicate their love for you just because they didn't speak, but they wanted to show that they appreciate you for all that you have done for them. So that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Okay, there's nobody signed up for public comment. So we'll move ahead to the consent agenda. Are there any items on the consent agenda that any board member wants removed from the consent agenda? Any items that any board member wants removed? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second? Second by Mrs. Archie. Any discussion regarding any of the items on the consent agenda? Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Archie? Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Verrett?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Boland?
Yes. 7 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Then moving on to action items, there is item number 1, which is approval of an amendment to the retirement contract. Dr. Walters, motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Gathing, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Williams. Any discussion? Any questions? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Baronis?
Yes.
Gadding?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Verrett?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Archie? Boland?
Aye. Next item is to approve the EV chargers we just heard about. Being placed at Kankakee High School, King Middle School, and Kankakee Junior High pursuant to grants from the Illinois EPA and Commonwealth Edison. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Gathing, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Johnston. Any questions, any discussions of the motion? Any debate? Hearing none, call the roll.
Gadding?
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Archie, Baronis,
Yes.
Boland.
Yes. 7 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. The items left are the information and proposals. You see the various information that the board has received. Below that is calendar notes, and before we get away, I do want to compliment not only the junior high orchestra and band. The fine arts department is in its glory right now, and they had the spring musical, The Lion King, which was pretty phenomenal in my eyes. Those of you who saw it, I think all appreciate it. We've got a heck of a lot of talent on that stage, from dancing to singing to acting. The band concert was pretty phenomenal. It's mighty, small but mighty is how I would describe it. You got amazing sounds from that group of kids, especially the jazz band. And then last week was the orchestra, which some of you probably aren't aware that we have an orchestra to the abilities that we have. And it was amazing. We heard the beginning orchestra all the way through the high school orchestra, and then there was a jazz orchestra with a professional drummer who was pretty amazing himself. So were the kids. And those of you who haven't had the chance or didn't take the chance, I'm sorry, but those of you who did, you had quite the concerts. There are a few more left to come, so look out on your calendars. I think that's everything, unless anybody else, yes, Ms. Baronis.
I would, with the school year coming to an end and this being Teacher Appreciation Week just ending, I do want to thank all of our staff and our teachers for everything they do for our students. I know it's hard, especially towards the end of the year, but you keep showing up and you keep coming. And I love jumping on social media and seeing all the positive things that you are all doing for our students, from career fairs at Taft, introducing our students to different trades at such a young age, to daddy-daughter dances, and I know Steuben has done some things in the afternoon. It just shows your dedication to our children, and I thank you very, very, very much for everything you do for us. Thank you.
Any other board member have any comments? Oh, yes. The ribbon cutting at the community center is at 5 o'clock on the 20th, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we have the senior honors night coming up Wednesday night. So, all good things. Apparently I've talked too long. We need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Well, you seconded to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.